Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, glad to have you here. Oh look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure? It's cultist coffee. What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Another Sunday here after after a long 72 hours. I hope everybody's doing great. Welcome to my home. Welcome to the office, and welcome to the morning grind. I'm going to come up here and just put up on the screen here character creation rather than trying to fill out some of these character sheets like we were doing. And I still have not gotten to work actually on the layout for character sheets, but that's probably unnecessary. We can just make some characters in Pages here and get them printed off so people can start playing. So good morning, everybody. Let's see who we got here. We've got PH. Good morning. I saw Mike also. Did that come up on the screen? There we go. There's PH. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Stray. Hey, Stray. Good morning, Stray. Good morning, Better with Bacon. Hey, everybody. So let's talk about what's been going on over the past 72 hours. Well, okay. So last time we were talking about that, well, the cultists have gotten some traction on Facebook. So let me go over here. Let me actually check my numbers over here. So I'm going over to my phone here. And looking at the dashboard on the Cultists Facebook page, it says that we now have had 603,000 views, which is pretty massive. 603,393 views. And that's mostly coming from one of the shorts for the Cthulhu ABCs, but there are two of them that have really done really well. So, all right, that's, like I said, sort of validating there that people like that. And that seems to have channeled some people over to YouTube. So that's why I pulled this up right here. So now we have had, because I was noticing people coming in from an external source. So I'm sure that's YouTube. I'm sure that's Facebook rather coming in over here. So now, well, this says that the whole video on YouTube has gotten over 11,000 views. So that's also going well. Of course, like, can't promote it. No, can't advertise this. This is you know, that does not fit their advertising policies. But hey, you can you can send people to it from something offsite, I guess. So people were coming into it, and as a result, it seems like the YouTube algorithm has picked it up, because it says that the Cthulhu ABCs has received 6.4 thousand views in the past 48 hours. So that's quite a chunk of that 11,000 right there. And at the moment, it's kind of steady. Like over the past hour today, that video has gotten, in the past hour, has gotten 419 views. So seems like somebody is noticing something. So of course, I've got more videos I want to work on and things I want to do. I've been kind of working on a little bit that in the evening, but haven't had a whole lot of time. But yeah, so, and then on Twitter, on TikTok, we are also making things happen on TikTok. Was really hoping that it would, catch over there, but we've got about another 58,000 views on TikTok, so something like that. So all right, maybe with once we move on to Rabivania and start getting that material out there, I'm really hoping that Rabivania is actually easier to market. It has been motivating. I have not. That has been motivating because I have not had a lot of success, and therefore a lot of motivation in quite a while. So that's been going on. So, all right, hopefully can learn something from it and hopefully can capitalize on that in some way. I've got a lot of work I want to do on that today and tomorrow. I'm just going to be here at the house. Although I am going on vacation starting this Friday. So I may not be around this Sunday. I'm going to the beach with my brother and his wife and the nephews. And actually, I'm glad that he reminded me of that, because I had the wrong date in my calendar. I went Thursday night to see a play at the Homewood. I wish I had my camera up. My camera is not functioning right now, and I'm missing not having the camera. So I'm sure you are too. But I went to a play Thursday night. It was called Dear Jack, Dear Louise. If you enjoy the theater and you have an opportunity to see this play, I would recommend it. The play is set in World War II. It's about, the whole play is letters that this couple wrote back and forth to each other during the Second World War. The letters were found. They're actual letters. The letters were found in the attic, and then the playwrights crafted a play about them. And so it's just a two-person play. They're both on the stage basically the whole time. But half the stage is her apartment in New York, and then half the stage is his barracks on different bases, because he moves around. So I went to see that because my cousin Megan and her husband Brennan, so my cousin-in-law, I guess, were the two actors in the play. So they got to do this love story between between these two in World War II as husband and wife on set. And so I think that was great. He's going to record it, I think, today. He's not going to put it out anywhere, but I was like, I really hope that it will be recorded, because that's really special. To be able to do a play like that with your spouse. So I went to see them, and they did fantastic. So I really enjoyed that. That was fantastic. My brother was like, hey, yeah, he went to see it with me, and he was like, hey, I want to bring you some stuff to put in your car to take down to the beach. And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, and I almost forgot it to bring all this stuff. And I was like, well, I'm sure I'll see you before we go to Florida, because I had this that we were leaving on the 29th. And he was like, well, no, we leave on Friday. I was like, oh. So anyway, there was a change of dates that did not get recorded in my calendar. So there's actually a lot going up. So we've got this week, we got this week here. At the end of the week, I'm going to be on vacation for about 4 or 5 days down at the beach with the nephews. And then when we come back, we go into Crit, which is the online role-playing convention. I thought that was going off vacation after the online convention, but that means that I've got to. I'm going to take what I've worked on for this adventure and these characters to the beach, so that the nephews can play maybe one night while we're at the beach or something like that. Use them for a bit of play testing before we go on to Crit. So that's what we're doing. Okay. All right. Let's breathe and sip. So that's kind of the whole. Let me take this down. Man, I have so much stuff that I want to work on, including videos and stuff like that. I'm going to bring up this. So this will be Rabivania ICRPG character creation, which we did already start. We started making some progress here. ICRPG character creation. We need to breathe and sip, but I'll put this up here so people can see what we're doing here. We already started this, but realized, okay, we actually need some equipment. And so then we spent the time getting the equipment up and ready. Hey, Innerlight. Good to see you. Okay, let's breathe and sip, and then we will sit here and make some characters. I got the books. Yeah, I got the books here and everything. All right, so let's breathe and sip. 2 deep breaths. Deep inhales, complete exhales, and then take a sip of your favorite beverage. I've got ice water this morning. So here we go. Let's breathe. And sip. All right. So let's finish Sir Merrick. We talked about Sir Merrick here. We got Sir Bors here. Let's finish these knights here and these different kinds of characters they are. I'll spread this out a little bit. There we go. Okay. So how do I want to do this? Sir Merrick. And so we are saying that he is strength. So we gave him strength +3. I'll go ahead and write down. So Dex would be +0. Con, he's the well-rounded knight, is +2. Int, that would be +0. Wisdom +0. Charisma +1. And then we gave him we said, okay, here are efforts. We have basic. We have weapons, tools. Magic. Oh, no. So great, then magic. And then ultimate. Oh, I see what Interlight's saying. I've been working on a new 5e setting. Oh, okay. Romantic chivalrous. That sounds like Rabivania too. Hey, Charlie. Good morning. And so I believe we're supposed to have +4 here throughout all of these, and we had gone +4 with weapons and tools for him because he's the one who is going to be using the sword quite often. So then we went down to, okay, loot. And what type of loot has he got? Well, we gave him ancestral weapon. Which allows, which is a sword. We'll come up with a better name for it later. But mechanically, he's got a sword, an ancestral weapon, which allows him to 1 reroll of weapon effort. That was his starting loot, or no, his class specific loot. We also have abilities. I'm going to put abilities first here. Abilities. He has got okay, jump. That was rabbit. We've got that down. And then he's also got keen hearing because that's also rabbit. Got that for being a rabbit. And then he chose counter strike. And that's close melee attacks. When hit, roll STR to strike back immediately. Now we need to build out his equipment, and we also need to know how many slots he has equipped, because I'm curious to know how many slots, based on the equipment, the way we did them, how many slots does all of that take up? Hey, good morning, BGD. Good morning. Good morning. I told everybody at the beginning here that next week I screwed up on my I had my vacation dates on the wrong calendar. I'm going on vacation before crit, not after crit. But I'm going on vacation with the nephews. So I'm taking all of the Rabivania material to the beach house, so the nephews can play test the Rabivania adventure with these characters before crit. So this is how am I going to specify here on the screen? This is equipped. Maybe I'll put equipped 1. So that's equipped for 1 slot. Okay, so now let's look. I'm going to look over here at our nightly equipment. Where? Okay. So you get 10 slots equipped, 10 equipable slots, and then 10 carried slots. Okay, so here's our armor. So we want to say that he has heavy armor. He doesn't have the special knight specific because he took the sword. So he's going to have, though, heavy armor. Oh, this is going to allow us to compute his defense. So this is actually +4 defense. We'll put this someplace. So we need to know his defense. He's got 1 heart, but defense right now, that's +4. Defense is con and armor or other loot. So he's got a defense of +6. So with heavy armor, That's the male hallberg, a long sleeve shirt of mail that comes to mid thigh or just above the knees. Includes the coif, open face helmet for infantry duty or castle guard. And a great helm for tournament and mounted combat, worn by the heaviest armored infantry and the standard for knightly characters. So this takes 3 inventory slots when equipped, or 4 if carried. So we'll see if this makes sense. Can he actually load out? Otherwise, we'll have to adjust the number of slots these things take. Although dex rolls will be hard, disadvantage on stealth checks and other checks to move silently will be undetected, or try to move undetected. So that is equipping for 3. He needs a shield as well. So he's going to take the medium shield. Oh, which gives him another +2. So shield medium. So that's equipped for 1. No. Equipped for that takes 2 inventory slots, at least the way that we have it here. So this is medium shield. He's quite defended. So this is heavy armor. This is con, which is +2. Just want to see how we're getting this. Con +2, and then heavy armor is +3, and then shield is +2 at the moment. So he's a +8 defense character. Let's see. Hey, TSL. Oh, I think I changed this. Okay, so I think it may have been when I think I went through and changed this and moved it down a little bit. Because when I was looking at, or Mike says that heavy armor is +4, I thought. So we had it, at least at one time. Where did this go? That the Traveler's Garb was +1 defense. But this got really high fast. And I can see right now that actually, okay, I mean, wearing the heavy armor plus the shield plus reasonable constitution, you're getting up there. Because remember, the maximum defense you can have in the game is +10. So this knightly character is already close to getting there and doesn't even have the best stuff. So originally we had the Traveler's Garb, which was based off of what was in the book, providing +1 defense as well as some extra inventory slots. And then everything went up from there. But I thought that was just getting too high. So I removed the defense bonus from the Traveler's Garb. So that's now just light, comfortable, light, comfortable, yet rugged clothing for traveling. No defensive bonus, but provides 2 extra spaces for carried inventory. And then that allows patchwork armor to be +1, light armor +2, medium armor +3, and then heavy armor +4. Did I just go through all of that because I just made a typo? Let's recalculate. But I thought you were bringing a point that I did reduce the amount because the Traveler's armor no longer is defense. So I thought that's the point you were making, Mike. Whereas I just typed something wrong on the screen. So let's verify that. So that's 8. So at 2, 4 + 2 + 2 is 8. So that's what that should be. Sorry about that. So that is shield is +2 defense. And this does also have the sacrifice. We kept that, right? The sacrificable shield. Yes, sacrificable. Is sacrificable even a word? Sacrificable to move a hit. So heavy armor, and then this is +4 defense. So he's got half of his equipped slots taken up by a sword, a shield, and heavy armor. What else is he supposed to have as a knight? We've got the War Fox here. Yeah, so I screwed up. So BGD says it's totally okay for starting characters to go out adventuring with defense 20. Under me raw, every dex check they make, including all ranged attacks, is automatically hard while wearing heavy plate. We said, yeah, dex rolls are hard. And disadvantage on stealth checks. I mean, should those also be hard? I don't know. We got two different things. Dex rolls are hard. Disadvantage on stealth checks and other checks to move silently or otherwise move undetected. Yeah, so I mean, it's a heavy deal. It's that's the sacrifice you're making, the trade off. He probably needs. Well, okay. He would also have a dagger. And you can have, because a lot of the characters, and I made sure the knights had both sword and a dagger as well. So equipable 0 dagger. So he's got one of those. And as long as you only carry one, then you get it free. Okay. So he takes advantage of that. E1. Or is that equipable? I don't know. Do you equip this adventurer's pack? Or do you carry that? I don't know. That could be carried. Is that only one? Yeah, so far we only have taking up one. Because that says maybe that should take up more, because that says this is supposed to be our torch, bedroll, a bit of apple and carrot, some rope, basic flint and steel, a basic fire kit of flint, steel, and some tinder, a knife not large enough to be a weapon, but a basic cutting instrument, basic cordage, flask. This should take up more than one inventory slot, because this is basically your whole field kit. And we said that being in the field without one makes your checks to survive in the wilderness hard at best. If you have a squire, he's probably carrying this kind of thing. So this probably does need to take up more space in inventory, because it's basically the fast way to say everything, your whole camping kit, your whole being an adventurer out doing stuff. So maybe that should be 3 inventory slots. You'd be getting too much for that if you carry all that. Expendable instead of sacrificable for the shield. Yeah, expendable, sacrificable, sacrificable or expendable on hit to negate all damage. Me Master Edition Raw. Yeah. Okay, so he doesn't have. I noticed there wasn't anything for like rations or things like that, so he would need probably some type of rations. He's going to need. Now you don't carry this or equip it really. I don't think, but War Fox, which can probably carry some stuff. Is this War Fox with comparison? Oh, he does need a lance. If he's riding, Okay, and I was looking at, I don't know if we had how many slots the lance takes up, but the great sword takes up 3 spaces. So I feel like the lance should also occupy 3 spaces. So if he's riding, then that's the heavy armor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 only because he's getting the dagger free. So basically, okay, that's kind of working. So that gives him an extra slot for something else. Now his hands are occupied because it's probably, well, maybe he's got his shield slung on his back or something. But if you're riding around, not expecting action, exactly, you might have that on your back, but you're still gonna have to carry your lance. Have it on like a lance rest or something by your feet. So that's a pretty heavy loadout. Like the field pack then I guess has to be on the, that could be carried. So yeah, carried. So that's working. So he's got more space to carry stuff in a backpack, like rations, and he's got 1 extra slot of things that he can equip, although he's running out of paws, right? Because he'll need, he can't use the lance and the dagger and his sword all at the same time, obviously. So he's only got 1 hand. So he's got the lance and then the sword is the backup weapon. It is thundering outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but hopefully I don't lose power or anything. So, okay, that does fill him up. It doesn't overfill him. I was hoping that we didn't end up with like, oh, we've got like 12 slots here for equipment, and he can't actually carry it all, in which case we would have to go back and change it so that to make sure the knight can carry what the knight is supposed to be carrying. But on the other hand, that's basically all he's supposed to be doing, right? He's fully equipped as a heavy cavalryman. ICRPG Master Edition loosely defines a flexible daily ration called supply in the world section. It's meant to be left up to the GM how much one supply costs and how much inventory it takes up. Different areas of Alfheim require less or freer supplies per day, depending upon demands of that specific terrain. I will find that and see how they are going with that. Because there's coin. I think I remember seeing supply at some point. And I know I've seen coin as well. But I'll have to find it. Let's see. So yeah, so this isn't the index card RPG doesn't have specific equipable slots like having hands. I think it has you basically freeform that. It just says you got 10 slots that you can equip and 10 slots that you can carry for a total of 20 slots. And then you just have to make make it work from there. Do what makes sense from there, as I understand. I do like having different slots for different kinds, different hands and things like that. And I was reading, we haven't gotten to check this out, but the Torchbearer RPG has that. I think I would think about, if I go back to some just initial design, I think I would say, okay, all of our items have to fit into a certain number of slots, into certain body slots. And then you just have to decide what type of items actually are going to be in the world and which ones are not. Like, if you're going to have a magic trinket, like you can carry 1 magic trinket. Does that matter if it's an earring or if it's a lucky charm in your pocket or something like that? No, you don't get the earring and the lucky. It's 1 trinket or something. It does seem rather generous. So he's got lots that he can carry. So he could, in the field, have a whole bunch of like baggage, I guess. Innerlight says, Heath, when you were creating Rabivania's world, what did you start with mentally? A map, characters, or some meta reality of the world like deities and how magic works? Man, it's been so long ago. Right now, I don't even have a map. I was thinking about that. That's going to be fun to get to do. We'll need some of it here. So it didn't start with a map. That's been kind of fluid and changing, and eventually I need to nail that down. So it's probably really the characters. The characters in the story. The D&D has body slots. Yeah. And backpack. So I don't I don't know. So he is decked out as far as his equipment goes, but not overburdened. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so let's do Sir Bors now. I mean, most of the okay, so his con could change, but he's going to be similar. He's going to get let's see. We need to choose. I think he's also going to be heavy on basic tools. And then, okay, this is going to be very similar, but we're going to change out some of the abilities. So Bors, he's got a different starting ability. So starting ability could be, we've already used Counter Strike, but Reflex, he could be for close range melee attacks on a successful hit of a modified 15 plus, roll Strength for a follow-up strike. I think he's going to be a strong guy, so I kind of like that one. He gets Reflex. Oh, right here. And then for his loot, he's going to take Keen Blade. And this is, in his case, it is going to be an axe. A paw axe. Then he's got his heavy armor. He's got his shield. A dagger, lance, adventurer's field kit. Okay, so now all we have to do is figure out what his stats are going to be. And that way we can figure out his defense. Okay, wow, this goes quickly now. How much of the original story idea have I told? Not very much. If by told you mean actually gotten out into the world, it's basically none. I'm still hoping that finishing up one of the short stories is, well, it's actually a bit longer than a short story, will be on the docket for the back end of this year. Ideally, I would like to be able to hand out the first story at Christmas to the family, but we will see. Redwall, I've read a little bit of Redwall. Innerlight says, "Oh, I forgot to tell you this before, but Rabivania reminds me of the Legend of Redwall cartoon series." I don't think I ever saw that. So a cartoon series. I'm gonna have to look that up. I read Martin the Warrior, but I'm actually not real familiar with Redwall. Oh, it had 3 seasons. Oh, I do kind of like its animation. The kind of look here. I'm gonna have to check that out. I did some experiments to do to put in a grant for a film, And so I was doing that for Rabivania, but one thing I've got to get together is a style, a short video that illustrates its visual style. And so I was experimenting with that for Rabivania a little bit. Hey, Doc. Good morning. 15 months. Good morning, Doc. Great to see you. Daniel says, I love the Redwall series. I didn't read all the books and definitely didn't read them in order. Probably I should have. Okay, so Sir Bors, he's pretty beefy, and his special ability here is based off of rolling strength for follow-ups anyway. So this is a successful hit on a modified 15 plus. I mean, this is really good here. That's not a close range melee attack on a successful hit of a natural 15 plus, but a modified 15 plus, and then rolling strength again for a follow-up strike. So he is going to be coming at people, and this axe he's got here, this is why I wanted him to have the axe. This axe here is scoring a critical hit on a natural 18 plus. So that's he's going to be a beast. So let's make him, we put charisma on Merrick because he's our tourney fighter, and it seemed to work. But he needs to be much more just melee oriented. So he could be +3/+3. Or if we wanted to beef him up further, we could make him +4/+2. That goes even further with his Boris is really a no nonsense kind of guy. Yeah, let's make him +4/+2. I mean, he's not like Hercules or anything like that. He's not that kind of like beast. He's a no nonsense, very military guy. And Stray says that Boars is his hero. And I know Stray likes Boars. Oh, Mike just gifted memberships. Let me see who got them. Shell Mel, Steve Canaris, Lucifer 8K, Brian Allen, and Matthias all just received gifts. Thank you so much, Mike. Really appreciate that. That's huge. Thank you, Mike. So in this case, well, okay, so it's still con 2. So I guess that didn't actually change for Merrick. So he's actually still defense 8. Because it's a paw axe, he still uses it's a hand weapon. He still uses his shield with that. Hey, good morning, Robert. So similar but different. And okay, and it's a paw axe, so that makes sense that he's got this in weapons and tools. Okay, well, that is going well. All right, that's fast. Let's do another one then. Let's do a third night. Not that. Hey, James Bacon, you're in the chat, right? Let's do. I'm just going to copy this over, but this time let's do Sir Jason, and he is going to be different. How am I spelling that? I believe it's like that. Okay, Sir Jason. Now, I think for him, he's kind of our cavalier, foppish. Foppish might not exactly be the right word. There's a character. But yeah, but maybe foppish, but dialed down. See, he contrasts with Sir Bors, where Sir Bors is only concerned with matters military. Jason is a bit more of a free flowing kind of adventurer kind of guy. So actually his defense. Oh, that's actually good if he has a little bit more con, and he's our monster slayer. We need to get him ready for monster slaying. And because in his iconic story about him, he slays a snake, a water moccasin, with a great sword. So we got to give him the great sword. Yeah, kind of. I mean, that's a great question, Interlight. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I think about. I've been trying to think about all the time to like kind of try to cut spells out of this. In some place we tried. I think we tried. Oh yeah, I think we did actually. Someplace in Tales of Rabivania on one of these streams, we actually tried to come up with adapting 5th edition magic system to it, because we did a 5th edition adaptation of Rabivania, and it only kind of works. You know, it works if you're like, I want a 5th edition adaptation. Okay, then we're like, okay, well then these things here, what we need to do. But it's not a perfect adaptation. It's very much like, okay, we're putting this into 5th edition. That's the only way that I've figured out how to do it. Other things, like I think this index card RPG adaptation works better. Are you talking about of the rabbits? We do maybe a poster for rabbits is a good idea. So this is Jason. Okay, so since he's con 3, and he's not going to be able to use his shield all that often when he's set out for battle. So this would be, of course, he could have different defenses depending on his loadout. So if he is wearing his heavy armor and his shield, okay, but if he's not wearing his shield or not using his shield, then is that 3, 7, 8, 9? So his defense goes up to 9 when he's fully equipped like that. But then here we're going to go to, he drops down to 7. Because he's using his two-handed sword. Or a two-pawed sword. Or we'll call it great sword. I think we call it great sword. Great sword. And that means he also changes what he uses here. So he could go +4 ultimate. If we're really going into that allows him to use the lance very well. So we said the lance also deals ultimate damage, and then according to the ICRPG Master Edition, that they were also giving the greatsword ultimate damage. I mean, which is a lot. That's the D12 damage. So if a greatsword's got it, then the lance needs to have it, because the charge by mounted knights, that is, you're dealing ultimate damage, right? So actually, he would be the best at coming in with the lance as well. But I think that does really work for him as the monster slayer, that he specializes in dealing ultimate damage. That's quite a thing to specialize in. I mean, what you might want to specialize in if you're a knight. I specialize in dealing ultimate damage. So that would allow him to come charging in with his lance to slay some monster. And then once the lance breaks, well, he would dismount and draw the two-handed sword from the sheath on the side of his, strapped to the side of his fox, and then continue being able to fight with ultimate damage. So I think we kind of go with that. Now, let's see. That leaves him with the starting ability. So the starting ability for him, there's only one left, and I don't want to duplicate these on these characters. He's got jump and hearing because he's a rabbit. So he would get parry. The last one is parry for close range melee attacks when hit by an enemy. Roll strength to subtract your weapon bonus from the damage you sustain. Well, that might work well for him. I mean, you can parry with a greatsword. Yes, and he's the specialist in that. So, and he wouldn't be using his shield. Of course, he could do this as well when he's using his shield and his sword. But roll strength to subtract your weapon bonus from the damage you sustain. That also keeps him alive since he's not using the shield. He's tough. That actually makes him surprisingly tough. When hit by an enemy, roll strength to subtract your weapon bonus. But it's better. Oh no, you subtract your weapon. That's not what you're using. That is subtracting your weapon bonus, which it actually means weapon. Oh, so that's not quite so good. Because that would be 0. So he does not need, he does not need that. Oh, because he is specializing in ultimate. He needs to be able to like rabbit punch with no disadvantage. Okay, so actually, should we swap something out? So what is the? Because I could really also see Sir Merrick with this one. And in fact, for a moment, when I started this, I thought this one might be the one that Merrick was using. Sometimes in the stories, Merrick is often the one. I mean, they're all out there teaching squires and stuff like that. But Merrick will be like running impromptu classes on swordsmanship. So Perry, what if we swapped Merrick and Jason's abilities here? Counter strike, close melee attacks. When hit, roll strike to strike back immediately. Okay, let's send that one to Jason because that would allow him to hit hard too. He is hit. When hit, roll strength to strike back with like his great sword immediately. Okay, let's do that. So Jason is now getting counter strike, and that moves Merrick to parry. Okay. I like that. I think that makes sense. Now, loot. That also gives. Oh, okay. That also makes sense that now Jason is going to be getting as his special, nightly loot. He doesn't get keen blade. He is getting. How do I want to do this? Full mail. Okay, and so this is extra heavy armor that virtually envelops the wearer completely in mail. The kind of armor most knights strive to acquire. A mail hauberk that includes integrated mufflers covering the paws, coif for integrated a separate coif or integrated coif with a ventail, I think is what I was trying to say, with a ventail that can be drawn across the face, mail chausses covering the legs and feet, and perhaps even double mail reinforcements in the most vulnerable areas. Includes an open face helmet for infantry operations or castle guard duty, and great helmet for jousting in tournaments and mounted combat. This takes 4 inventory slots when equipped, or 5 if carried. Okay, so this is equipped 4. Well, equipped 4. So I like that we have some difference here. This is plus. What did I just say this was? Plus 5 defense. As you can see, when I was talking about reducing the defense, like by the time you got up to full mail and stuff like that, it seemed like it was getting insane. That's why I dropped them all back and took it away from the traveler's inventory. So still traveler's clothes. So this is still doing dex rolls, hard disadvantages on stealth and everything like that. So all of that's there, full mail, but that's equipped 4 slots. 4 slots? Yeah, 4 slots when equipped. Full mail plus 5 defense. So actually, we need to go back up and adjust his defense. Uh-oh. I put that in the wrong place. That was Boars. Jason. So Jason needs this. This is E4, so equipped 4 rather. Full mail plus 5 defense. Okay, so now this is full mail plus 5. So that actually gives him 5, 8. That maxes him out. Wow, that maxes him out when he's using his shield. And he is still close to maxed out. No, that's 8. He's still extremely formidable. That full mail gives you a nice boost. Well, and the extra bit of con he's got. You know, he's got a little bit of extra con. So even when he's choosing to use this great sword, he's really not sacrificing a whole lot on defense because these other knights, yeah, I mean, he's still got the same defense as the other knights. So that's pretty incredible. Okay. Thor says, is giving parry the counterattack 2 on the snout. That's interesting. The squirrel brain. This happened to you? Yeah, it sure is. Full mail is doing a lot of work for the character. Yeah, it really is. But it's working well. It's working well. So okay, so for him, let's see how his loot works out. Okay, so he still needs to carry a sword. And this is his basic hand weapon. Oh, paw weapon. Okay, he does not. He's this heavy armor that can go. His shield, he gets that. Dagger, a lance. But then he does need the greatsword. I mean, you're not going to have the shield and the. I mean, you're not going to have the. Well, you're not going to have the shield, the lance and the greatsword all equipped at the same time. But this is greatsword. So if he is. I guess we might need to kind of indicate like 2 different kind of loadouts for him here, because when he's operating in standard knight mode, he would have 4 plus the sword, 5, 6, 7 for the shield, pick up the free dagger. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, that's basically what the others are. If they're on foot, this is boars. Yeah, this is boars. Operating in basic 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes 6 slots to operate in basic knight mode, but it's taking a few more. So it's taking 7 here. Yeah, it's taking 7 because it's full mail. So he can do that. Okay, no problem. So then he wouldn't have. I mean, I'm guessing that having the arming sword at your side counts as it being equipped. Like if he's riding, then the greatsword is going to be carried. And he would have his lance like everybody else does. But when he goes into greatsword mode, that would swap over to be the carried 3, and he would drop the shield. and then he would still have the arming sword at his side. So 3, 4, 8. Yeah, so he can still do it, and he's got 2 extra slots for some other things. Mike says, I guess if he is tanking, he would use one loadout, whereas he's in Slayer mode and when he uses the other one. Yeah. I mean, probably this guy is going, I suppose if we set this up for just one, like on a character sheet later, go ahead and, give him his greatsword loadout. But that works, but it does work. So in fact, let's just go ahead and do that right here. So let's say that you're going to, this is like combat loadout. We would equip the greatsword. The lance would not be equipped. Dagger can stay. Shield would become carried. You still have your arming sword and probably in full mail. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, that's carried. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 equipped. That still works. And who knows what else you're going to find along the way or need and can equip. So, I mean, that seems to be working. Okay. So now we have 3 knights. So once we got all this lined out, this did not take all that long to do. We got 3 knights. Now we want to have other characters as well. I asked if Better with Bacon was out there because he was going to do, he kind of wanted to play a ranger. And so I thought, hey, we could try to do a ranger character here. I'm not sure whether he wanted to be the Robin Hood type of ranger or the Aragorn type of ranger. So we could do a ranger character here. I'm gonna have to go soon. I've got a bunch I've got to do for this, and then also to get ready to go to the beach at the end of the week. Well, I tell you what. Let's do this. We'll come back to this. Maybe this is Wednesday. So maybe Wednesday, I'll still be here. So maybe Wednesday we'll take a look at the Rangers and maybe a witch and some other things. We need to do druids too. So all right, we'll just leave this where we are, and then next time we will come back and we'll look at druids, witches, and rangers. Druids, witches, and rangers. That sounds like that should be some title of something. And a damsel too to get these characters going. Okay, yeah, he was at the. He was there. He was in the chat. We'll see. Maybe he can come by Wednesday and shout out the kinds of things that he wants for a character. There's not a damsel yet. We have not done the damsel yet, but we need to. We need to have the damsel also ready. At least characters for knight, druid, witch, damsel, ranger. We've made up knave too. And I think Troubadour is basically ready. We haven't finished Lockta and Yeoman. Oh, Better with Bacon is here. Hey, do you want to Better with Bacon, if you're here, you want to shout out what you want your character to be like? Why don't you want to build a ranger? Or you want to do that Wednesday? Or actually, what I can do is I can just send it to you in Discord. I'll copy it over to you in Discord, and then we'll talk about it on Wednesday. That's what we can do. Yeah, I'll send you the ranger material. Oh yeah, okay. So this is going to be an Aragorn style ranger. Okay. Yeah, I'll send it to you, and then we'll talk about it on Wednesday. That leaves everybody in suspense too. So, all right. So, Better with Bacon's Ranger, we will work on and then talk about on Wednesday. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. I'm going to go try to get work done and also get ready for vacation. But I will see everybody Wednesday. Later. Go forth. Be creative. Be constructive. Grind on.